Ladies and gentlemen, today's video is about Jujutsu Kaisen. If you're clicked on this video, you probably know a decent bit about Jujutsu Kaisen. And honestly, if you have a phone, you probably know a little bit about Jujutsu Kaisen. Like, I could literally just Google Jujutsu Kaisen memes, or JJK memes, and I could pull up like 20 memes that almost everybody has seen, right? The Toto haircut, the nah, I'd win, Megami fraud shit, right? Eat the Doritos, an older one, but there's a decent chance you might have seen this, right? The, what do you call it? The bisected one. Fucking High Gojo, right? There's countless of them, dude. Are you blah 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 because you're Satoru Gojo? Or are you Satoru Gojo because, you know, right? Fraud Kuna, Sleepy Kuna, back when that was a thing. I haven't used this since the Heian era. Jujutsu Kaisen is, I would honestly argue, the most culturally relevant anime in the world right now. I think when you go off of the anime that have the most tweets a day, right? The most Reddit posts, and you go off of what gets the most views in the first 24 hours, what has the most references by, you know, athletes and movie stars, right? And rappers, like, not in songs, but, you know, with the outfits they're wearing, with the Instagram stories they're posting and shit, like, I think Jujutsu Kaisen is literally the most popular anime slash manga in the world right now, right? I'm not saying it's bigger than like Dragon Ball or One Piece, right? Don't get all up in arms in the comments like, this picture of Goku is more iconic than all of Jujutsu Kaisen. Shut the fuck up. I'm not talking about that. Right now, I think JJK is the biggest, most successful anime in the world, right? Arguably. You could put a couple others ahead of it. I don't think they're there, though. With that being said, I want to give my thoughts on just about every single Jujutsu Kaisen character. So I'm going to pull up a JJK tier list, and before I rank the characters, I will give my thoughts on literally every JJK character. Okay, so it should be without saying, right? But this will not be power scaling, right? I'm not going off of who's strongest. I'm literally just going off of who I like the most. I will be skipping and saving like Sukuna, Gojo, Yuji until the end, because I feel like that's the most interesting, right? And I'm not doing Mojuro characters because I haven't seen it. I think I read 3 chapters. I wasn't interested. I stopped reading it. I'll probably binge it when it's done, but I'm not on it yet, right? So I don't want to throw them in here and they're all like at random ass spots, because literally the only ones that I know so far are Yuka, Tsurugi, and Maru. And like what the kidnapper. These are like the only characters that I remember from that first chapter, and out of all of those, my favorite was Yuka. But I'm not in the in, right? I'm not on the up and up about it, so I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I am. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna skip Yuji, right? Megami. I think Megami is one of the most overhated characters, maybe just in recent anime manga history, right? Like I think, like, Aki from Chainsaw Man to me is about the same tier of useful and important and interesting as Megami. But Megami catches 90 times more fucking flack than Aki, right? Or like, dude, I'm literally trying to think of anyone who's even close to Megami and getting shit on, right? I just don't think the kid is that bad. I think he has his lowlights, and I would have loved to see him win like more meaningful battles at a few points during the series, sure, but I don't think there's an absence of it to the point where he should get shit on as much as he does. I've got Megami as like a high B character, right? He's not my favorite, but I definitely don't hate the kid as much as everyone else. Nobara, I love this character. I would say this is one of my favorite Jujutsu Kaisen characters, and I am so sad. I'm truly so sad that she had her legacy stained by that shitty comeback. I don't really know what to tell you. This is one of my favorite curse techniques in the entire series, right? One of my more preferred designs, personalities. Her voice actress is amazing in the anime, right? In the manga, I've always liked her character, but once I heard just how well of a job they're doing, I watch it in subs, by the way. Once I heard how well of a job they're doing with the voices, Yuji, Nobara, Gojo, and Makito. I all started liking them way more in the anime because I'm like, oh shit, they sound so fucking cool. They sound so fucking cool. So I love Nobara. There's no real reason. It's just a character I really like. We're gonna skip Gojo and come back. Maki. Maki's dope. I don't know if I have Maki in S. I think I have Maki in high A. Because I just do. Maki's an amazing fighter. Obviously, I'm not the biggest like guns blazing, you know, macho punch kick type of guy. Like I don't read action series because I love action. I just like the action, but I'm really here for the characters. Her character, while being incredible, just could do more for me to really like it. And I know it's a little hypocritical with Nobara up there, but I think that's how I would approach that. Inumaki. This is probably the first C tier. Actually, he might even... He's like a low C, high D. I don't care about this character. The nigga who's cool with Yuta. That's about all I ever think about him. The cursed speech user, man. That's it. Panda's cool. Panda's a low B. I mean, I wish he was actually just like a panda. Like, I was kind of sad when I found out. I mean, like, we know he's a cursed spirit, but like the like different cores and the robot shit, like I kind of wish he was just like a panda. I think that'd be cool if a panda just learned how to talk and just did like Jujutsu sorcery, right? Yuta we're gonna skip. Oh, okay, we're gonna skip all three of these guys because my opinions might be controversial here, and I will get back to it in a second. Mai is cool. I don't think I like Mai less than Inumaki, but I probably like Mai less than Panda. So we're gonna say the bottom of B or the top of C. I'm gonna say the top of C. Mai is cool though. God, I'm gonna look like fucking Naoya Zeni. I've got Mai at C and fucking Maki at A. Dude, leave me alone, please. Nishimiya. Momo, right? Momo Nishimiya? I don't care about this character. I don't care about or for this character. But I felt really sad seeing her cry when Mai died. I'll put her in C tier. I felt really sad watching this scene. Useless Miwa. The funniest character in the early goings of the series, right? Until like Taka was introduced. I love Miwa. I love Miwa a lot. I think it's really funny how she put it all on the line for that sword slash and did nothing to, what was it, Kenjaku? Like that one was pretty silly. Mekamaru's a cool ass dude. Mekamaru's probably above Panda, I think. Very cool guy. Now that's a heavenly restriction. Now that's a fucking restriction, right? What this nigga had to go through, right, was terrible. I just looked it up. So his cursed energy is described as being nationwide. And I'm gonna be honest, my cursed energy could be global. If I have missing fucking limbs and skin grafts and I can't move, I can't even shower myself. Yeah, fuck no, dude. Keep the cursed energy, dude. Keep it, please. Noritoshi Kamo. I feel nothing amazing about him, although I've never liked him because of this hairstyle. When he cut this hair off, I started liking him a bit more. But this hair is just miserable. Aoi Todo. Don't you mean my best friend? I love Todo. For a while, he was my favorite character, probably until we got like either halfway through or fully through Shibuya. This was my favorite character. He's a great guy, right? He's the type of person that I feel like it'd be hard to be around, but it would be so felt if he wasn't there, right? His absence would be so felt. It's like, yeah, he's a little loud, he's a little annoying, he's kind of weird, but when he's not around, like, man, I wish he was here. I love Todo. I love Todo's curse technique, right? Just yeah. I should probably point out, it shouldn't be major, but I will talk about the manga a bit, so I might manga spoiler, right? I'm gonna say like 3 out of 10 level spoilers. I'm not gonna try to mention like any deaths or anything, but I might say like a couple events that happen. Arata, I don't personally care about this character. Junpei, I don't personally care about this character. Junpei did not move me a single bit. Yaga. Probably like right here. He was cool, right? It is. I love the trope of like badass guy with the cutesy hobby, right? Like it's like you'd never expect him to be making like cursed dolls and raising his little panda son, right? But that's what he was doing. That was his, that was his MO. He was a really cool guy, but he didn't really do enough for me to be like, oh my god, Yaga. Know what I mean? Love this guy. I don't know exactly where I would put him. I guess maybe he could be over Maki, or maybe he could be under and like down at the top of B. I'm not sure. I go back and forth on Nanami, but he's another one where like the anime boosted him so much for me because he's got that one voice actor that everyone knows. I'm forgetting the name of Utahime. I don't think I have any specific attachments to the Utahime character, but I think she's pretty, so I'm gonna put her very high. It's probably a fucked up thing to say, but I've always really liked Utahime's design. What does she do for me to say like beyond that? She goes to the batting cage, dude. Mei, oh my god, my fucking washing machine is going off. Whoa. I just got a new washing machine, and that motherfucker low-key doesn't work. We just have to pretend that it does. Mei, Mei, we have to approach this with some nuance, right? I do not like the actions that Mei takes, but when it comes to Mei's design, to her voice acting, to her personality, to her curse technique, I genuinely think they are all top tier, right? If that one scene didn't exist, Mei would probably be like towards my upper 20 or 30 of Jujutsu Kaisen characters. She's going to get nerfed because of her questionable moral compass, but I do have her at the top of C. I think Mei, like her first appearance was like the coolest character ever, and like hidden inventory, and then the real Shibuya incident occurs. Then the real Shibuya incident occurs, and we get that scene. Gakuganji, kind of similar to Yaga in like, it's this cool ass old dude who has this hobby that you wouldn't expect him to have, but it's not as cutesy as Yaga. Like, here, just look at my goat, man. Just get the imagery. Look at him. Oh well, you can't see it because of my face cam. Look at him sitting with his toys, man. Like he's such a cute, happy little dude, man. I like Yaga a lot, actually. I mean, not enough to move him out of C tier, but doesn't mean he's not a good character. Okay, he is. Gakuganji's similar to him though. Kusakabe, very funny guy. Probably like right here. Probably. I'm actually. Fuck it. Say what you want about me. I'm gonna move Mei up as well. Ichiji. Right under Mai, I think, is fair. Akari, I don't really remember what this character does. Next to Arata, I guess. This looks like I'm hating on Junpei. I'm not. This character just meant nothing to me, dude. Suguru Geto. Oh, that's kind of a tough one. This is kind of a tough one. We're gonna go the top of B. We're gonna go the top of B, I think. My reasoning for that being, he has no bad moment. Like, there's no moment of Geto where I'm like, I fucking hate this character. He just doesn't have the type of moments that I think an A tier and S tier character would have. Like, what's my favorite Geto scene? Probably his last interaction with Gojo? Or maybe like him breaking into the high school. Like he doesn't have anything that I think I'm really gonna sit here and say is like an A or S tier moment. And you could be thinking, does Nobara have something like that? Well, no, but her character just left a better impression on me. So fuck it. Kenny. Make him the top of A tier, put Toto S tier. That's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do. I really do love Kenjaku. I think Kenjaku's an amazing character. The only real complaint I would have with Kenjaku, and this is a minor manga spoiler, just press skip for like 20 seconds. The only minor complaint that I would have with Kenjaku would be like his downfall, right? I don't like Kenjaku's ending. I'm gonna give my opinion on Yuta later, right? And Takaba's down here somewhere, I'm sure. We can talk about all that shit. But when it just comes to like the fact of the matter, I would have loved to see him go all out, you know, blaze of glory and lose, right? I don't think how we saw him written off was very good. But that's okay. Sukuna. I've already skipped Itadori, Gojo, and Yuta. I think it's fair that we do one Sukuna and then leave another Sukuna. So we will go 10 Shadows Sukuna, the design of him that I prefer, but the one that I massively liked their actions less, right? The techniques that he used, the dialogue that he had, and of course his fight with Gojo, where for a large portion of it, he's just not a character that I was super drawn to. Like, it's a fun fight, but no, man. With the Agito and Mahoraga shit, like, come on, man. I was, let me tell you, back in the day when it was happening, right? Like, as the Sukuna Gojo fight was starting, I was largely Team Gojo. So I was like, yo, this nigga's in a 3v1. And then Sukuna enters a fucking 20v1 right after. I'm gonna say 10 Shadows Sukuna is probably a B tier for me. I think I'd like him less than original Megumi. But of course, this fortune will change once the big guy gets here, right? Mahito. I love saying his name. Mahito. Above Mekamaru, I think. Mahito, very cool character, very interesting character. Character that you love to hate. And because I love to hate him so much, right? I feel like he does deserve a spot on the list. Wow. We're like, what, 20, 30 names in? In my favorite character up here so far is still Nobara. Complete Mahito, the same as normal Mahito. I guess I like him a bit less because he does less talking as complete Mahito, right? He's not like taunting the fuck out of Yuji like this Mahito is, but that's about it. Jogo's cool as fuck, man. Jogo's a perfect example of a guy who's constantly in over his head while still being very fucking tough, right? Like pre, completion Maki and Megumi and like most of these characters he's going to beat, but the nigga has to fight both Gojo and Sukuna, right? Like, what a terrible hand that he was dealt. Fate was so fucking mean to Jogo, and I love him for it. Hanami. Maybe my least favorite. Either Hanami or Dagon are my least favorite of the big curses. What are they? I forget what their name was, but like maybe right here above Ichiji. Ichichi? Is it Ichichi? I've been calling him Ichiji for years. Whatever. And then Dagon, I probably like a bit more. Curse Womb. Oh. I don't remember a single thing, so you're worse than Junpei. Congratulations. Choso! Let's get these two bums out of the way first. I do not care about either of these characters, respectfully. And that would mean Choso would hate me for saying that. Choso's cool. Choso, I probably like about more than Mahito, less than Sukuna or Megumi. I do like the character Choso a lot, but I'm not like in love with Choso, right? No. No. I wouldn't go that far. Urame. Can I just say Urame sounds nothing like I thought they would? Like, that's such an interesting voice that I just wasn't imagining. I don't think I've ever thought, what do I think about this character? Nothing positive, nothing negative. Probably in this my doggone Hanami area, right? Definitively less than I like Utahime, but I'm uncertain how much I like Rame over everyone else. Wasuke, I mean, of the 3 Wasuke scenes, right? Nothing stuck out to me. Yuji, be a good person when I'm dead. Hey, nigga, stop dating her, she's dead. Stop dating her, she's dead. Takeda, the idol, I forgot, the Toto's idol. Maybe more than I like Kamo. I can't stress enough how much I dislike Kamo's hairstyle, which it shoots him down this ranking for me. Sumiki, this character's a fucking nothing burger. She's nothing, and then manga spoiler, right? 3, 2, 1. She's nothing, and then she fucking dies, right? Her body gets taken over by Yorozu, an infinitely more interesting character, and Yorozu doesn't ultimately do very much, and then dies too. Anybody who possesses Sumiki's body for even a second is a bum, and she is the true loser out of her and the Megumi sibling dynamic, right? It's not Megumi that we should be hating on, it's Sumiki. This character does nothing, and then she just fucking passes away. Junpei's mother. Junpei's mother's pretty good looking, but it's hard to say that really has any sort of effect on like my enjoyment of the story. We're gonna say I still probably like her more than Kamo. Ozawa's cool. Ozawa is pretty cool actually. That panel at the end, or maybe it was even like a bonus panel, but I'm sure you know the one that I'm talking about, right? Like in the snow. It's gotta be like the Ozawa panel. Yeah, this shit right here. I mean, you can say it. I'm not gonna bother taking my face cam off. This shit right here made me quite a big fan of her character. I was like, oh man. Oh man. I like that picture a lot. 10. Actually, this is a good thumbnail. This is a good thumbnail. We might yoink this idea. Ozawa, I'm probably actually gonna have it like the bottom of B tier. That's a cool character to me. Juzo. That's Juzo? I thought that was the nigga with the yellow like braid. Oh, that's Haruta. Whoops, I fucked up. I don't remember this character. I mean, I remember them. Like, they were at the gate, right? And they were fighting Tsugaku Ganji? I don't really remember what they did, though. Fuck it, let's go IDK. I completely forget everything about this character. Miguel, my nigga. You can get your ass kicked by everyone, Miguel, but as long as you live, you're the winner, right? This nigga had Jogo luck, but he still survived. Haruta. Haruta sucks, but that's really good for a villain. To be such a little piece of shit that I actually fully just want to reach to the screen and kill him, right? That's the goal. Mimiko and Nanako. I felt bad for them, right? Their story's pretty touching, pretty heartbreaking, and then they have to watch the master that they love have his body taken over, right? Like it's sad to say the least part, right? And ultimately they don't see the end of Kenjaku, right? They don't see Geto's spirit laid to rest because they just get fucking eliminated. That being said, they're not the characters that left an impression on me. Under Kamo. LaRue. I remember this character, I just genuinely, I have no thoughts. Where would you want me to put them? Rika. We'll take Rika over Geto, I think. I like Rika a lot. I do. The only volume of JJK I actually own, like physically, is volume 0. So I've reread the parts of the story that Rika's in a lot, right? I don't know. Yuta, Mai, Rika, Kenjaku, not Kenjaku, Geto, they all kind of like, I'm trying not to show them favoritism because they were in, I said Mai, didn't I? Maki. I'm trying not to show them favoritism because they were all in JJK Volume 0, which I'm constantly rereading, right? I think this is fair. I think this is a fair placement for Rika. No, I don't think I like Rika as much as I like Geto, but I do quite enjoy some Rika action. Kuchisaki Onna. I don't remember who that is. I'm so sorry. I have no idea. I don't remember. Shoko. Shoko's cool. Shoko is similar to Utahime and Uro. That's what it is. Shoko is similar to Utahime and Uro, where they haven't done anything that I particularly enjoyed that much, but they just have such cool character designs. Like it's hard to hate. See, Mei-Mei's also like in this tier of Mei-Mei looks so fucking cool, but Mei-Mei does some shit that like I can't endorse that. I probably have Shoko like above Mekamaru, right? I like Shoko's character design a lot. Oh my god. Should we move on? Haibara. This is a cool dude. This is a cool dude. I don't really know how cool. I don't know where he's better than Junpei. I don't know. This character didn't leave a strong impression on me. It's just like, I'm sad to see that he's, passed, that he's gone, right? Riko Amanai, the Star Plasma Vessel. We can just shoot Riko and Misato up there. I really like them. I really enjoyed Hidden Inventory. These characters both surprised me in different ways. Obviously Misato for like how, strong and useful she was, and Riko because like I didn't think I'd get attached to this character, right? Going into Hidden Inventory that she's gonna die, right? Whether she merges with Tengen or she just dies, right? She's not in current day JJK, so we knew she wasn't there. And I was like, well, I mean, we're gonna see her, and I guess some shit's gonna happen. No, she blew my fucking mind with how much I liked Riko. And I suddenly start thinking to myself, man, I wish her and Gojo and Geto just escaped. Like, I don't even care about current day JJK. I wish these guys were just able to live happily. And Misato, of course. I really like Riko a lot, actually. I think I even like Riko more than Nanami. Toji. You ready? Remember when I just told you I love Hidden Inventory? You ready? Yeah, I don't think we need to focus on this too much. This is by far, like, who did I say is my favorite character for a large majority of the story? Or, like, a large majority of the early parts of this? Miwa, I thought was the funniest. I want to say I said Toto was my favorite for, like, a decent portion of it, right? He immediately gets dethroned by Toji, right? It's like, it goes Gojo in the first couple episodes, and then Toto, and then Toji becomes my favorite character, and then from there, it's all, like, another character who I haven't gotten to yet. But he is down there. Kong? I do not remember what this character does. Isn't this just the nigga that, like, is friends with Toji? I'm just gonna say I prefer him to Tsumiki. There we go. The shiesty sorcerer. I mean, just off design alone, we gotta give him, like, at least a heart tier. Wee. See, I feel bad for Wee because this nigga's a victim. But he grows up to be on some bullshit. So, I mean, couple that with the fact that I don't like his design or his technique as much as his sisters. Wee might be the first D tier, unfortunately. It's fucked up, ain't it? Let's throw Junpei and these niggas down there, too. Yeah, these are the D tiers, I think. And Tsumiki, bum ass. Right here. This character sucks. Naobito. Probably my favorite of the older generation of the Zenin, right? Like, obviously he's the oldest generation, right? He's the clan head going into the story's events, but like, Naobito, Ogi, Jinichi, basically everyone older than like Naoya and Toji, right? I mean, Toji was older than Naoya, but like post or pre-Toji generation Zenin, he's probably my favorite one. Like Nobito, I don't even know. I guess Chodron, Nobuaki, right? Jinichi, Ogi. Like, I prefer Nobito to the rest of them. I still don't think I love this character, but he's definitely not one that I dislike as much as the others. Couple that with the fact that I really like his technique, and I think we've got us a solid mid-B tier, right? Maybe here? Kogai. Does anyone really like this character? It just loses to Yuji. Ogami. Oh, Granny Ogami sucks. This character meant fucking nothing to me, so I'm just gonna say IDK. I don't want to say they're like the most dogshit character ever, but I just don't know what I feel about them. The smallpox deity, I've completely forgotten. Who? This name is unfamiliar to me. What? Mahoraga Maho. Now, it's tough because there's two different Mahoragas that exist to me, right? There's the lovable idiot that haunted the narrative and then like scarred the shit out of Megami, right? Like genuinely fucking ruined his life in that in Shibuya, right, when he summons him and he's, you know, he just flings him into a fucking garage. Then he has that amazing fight with Sukuna, right? Like, that shit's peak. And then we have the Maho later, to where it's like when we see him at his best, right? When he can fully adapt to everything and he's, you know, in that fight with Sukuna and Gojo and shit. And it's like, then I don't really like Mahoraga. Then Mahoraga just becomes like a thing and like an entity of insane fucking strength. And it's like, you lost everything that made me sort of interested in you as a character, and now you're just fucking power, right? Not power from Chainsaw Man, but you're just strength. Less than Mahito. Fumi, is this the kid Yuta saves? I'm not fucking ranking this character, dude. No. Fumi is Nobar's friend from when she's a kid. I'm still not ranking this character. Like, what? Dude, what? What am I supposed to say about Fumi? She's a little bit better than Sumiki, I suppose. No, Saori is cool. Saori's cool. Yuki. I think we have us another A tier, boys. I think we can get another A tier. I think I probably like Yuki about this much, but I wish Yuki did more in the story. Akari. That's my boy. Top of A tier, I think. Yeah, I think I like him more than Kenny by a bit. Hakuri's dope, man. Especially now that we have him animated, right? And then he has the voice of my king, Zoro, and Higachikata. No, Hijikata. Who the hell is Higashikata? Who the hell is that Kobeni? That's Josuke. That's Josuke. I was gonna say, what the hell is a Higashikata? Hijikata. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Hakuri's voice is very cool. Kirara. Cool character, right? Doesn't do an insane amount of things, but has a design that I like. And, I mean, it's pretty interesting. Probably on the same level as Mai. That's fair. I think Utahime is gonna move up. Naoya. I was a huge Naoya hater the first time I engaged with this story, right? Reading the manga for the first time. Then watching the anime up until, what was it, season 2? And then reading the manga again. And now, you know, we have some more of the anime, and Naoya's animated. And it's like, I'm not a Naoya hater anymore, but I don't think I can confidently say I like the guy. I probably like Naoya about as much as I like Panda. probably. Now he has a curse is very funny, but I wouldn't say I like or dislike him anymore. Right? It's just funnier. The guy who spent his whole life hating on women turns into a fucking uterus. Ogi. I kind of fucking hate Ogi, actually. I really hate this character. And I know I said, like, oh, hating, like, a villain or an antagonist makes him better. No, it's not because he's well-written. It's not because he's interesting. It's because he's a bitch, dude. He's a bitch. Do you know why I was never favored over my brother? Because my children are bums. You are a bum. You ultimately are the bum. Old-ass, lame-ass nigga. Junichi. I just think his design's cool. I just think his design's cool. I still don't like him. I do not know. This was the head of, like, the unit, right? I do not know. Tengen, I famously do not like the character Tengen. I don't think Tengen does anything useful. I don't like Tengen's design. Well, I guess useful things, like, to the lore. But, like, once they actually become a member of the story, Tengen does nothing I like. Tengen obviously is the reason why Riko was in danger in the first place. I don't like Tengen. I don't care for Tengen. I really wish we would have gotten a scene where Tengen got, like, brutally fucking murdered and, like, stomped on and turned into a bloody mess, like, 1,000 times by, say, Kenjaku or something. This character fucking stinks to me. Ranta. Ranta sucks. Ranta's a man in the Zenin clan, right? And people are like, oh, Ranta probably could have been a nice guy. Like, he wouldn't have been a misogynist like everyone else in his family, right? He would have fucking, you know, if he wasn't raised in that system, well, he was, right? He was. He was part of the system that oppressed Maki and Mai. And also, he's just lame, right? Like, I don't care for Ranta. I don't give a fuck. Jin. The first sorcerer to submit Kenjaku. Only in a way none of us could have expected. Not a character I really care about, but pretty funny lore. I have no thoughts on Hanyu. I have no thoughts on Haba. Amai, the nigga with the sweet haircut, right? He's got a head that looks like flan. I wouldn't say I like him any less than the Akari Atara duo, right? Arata, I mean. Right there seems solid. Remy? Probably about as much as I like Inumaki. I'm not gonna elaborate. Just take my word for it. Oh! Let's have a conversation! Let's begin speaking. I fucking love Higuruma. This nigga's so real, dude. This is true adulthood, chat. This is actually what my days have felt like since the, like, second I graduated high school. It's just Higuruma. That scene where he puts his hands over his face like this and, like, looks up. Oh my god, I get it, dude. I fucking get it, dude. He's just stressed, man. A man in pursuit of justice and doing the right thing, who ultimately finds out that he lives in a corrupt, terrible fucking world. And then he gets thrown in a murder-death game, right? Higgy is awesome. I love this character. Reggie Star. I don't care about this character, dude. Hatsanoki. I remember this character. But I... Really quickly, let me get a refresher. What did they do? I actually do remember this character now. I needed a slight refresher. This nigga was talking crazy, bro. He was talking crazy as fuck. Didn't leave a lasting impression on me, obviously, because I had to just, like, go research him. But I do remember who he is now, and he had some swag to him. I'm gonna say he's probably the top of C tier. He's the top of the jobbers, right? Anybody below, like, Urame probably is fodder in my eyes. Like, I'm not gonna say they don't matter to the story, but my liking of them is pretty much solely based on, like, their design or one or two aspects of their character. They're not characters that I just all around love, right? Anyone, like, below Urame is just like a Yay, they were there. My favorite of these people probably being Yaga, I think. Yeah, I agree. I think I'm gonna move Yaga up actually. But this is a tier of like bum ass niggas, and then these are people I dislike. Angel. I don't care about this character, dude. Call me what you want. I don't give a fuck. I don't dislike her. I don't care about her though. I do not remember who Bernard is. I'm gonna skip Takaba for a second. I do not remember who Drew is. Okay. Oh, Kashimo and Takaba. Kashimo and Takaba. Alright, let's have a discussion. We'll go Kashimo first. I really like Hajime Kashimo. I would probably put him around above Riko, below Maki, and Maki above Kenjaku. Yeah? I think? These four are all pretty equal. Let's put Maki at the top. These four are all pretty equal, right? Like I can't really pick. Which ones I like more or less. Kashimo has a design that I love. Kashimo has techniques that I'm really, really a fan of. And of course Kashimo's like big technique, right? When Kashimo does his big one, like that shit is dope. But I can't in good faith say that he's better than any of these three, I think. And then Takaba is better than those three. I love this guy. He's funny as fuck. He has the coolest curse technique in the entire show. You can kiss my ass, I don't care. Yeah, I just love this character, dude. And his fight with, of course, Mr. Kenjaku there. All-timer, if you can even call that a fight. Kurourushi? I guess above Noritoshi Kama. Like, there's a lot of these, like, later in the series appearing characters that really just kind of happened to me, right? Like, not to diss on the writing, it could be me, and I've only read the Culling Games once, right? Like, I read up to, what was it? The fight between Sukuna and Gojo, right? And then watched the anime up until that point. And then I read all the way through the manga. And then I've watched the anime again up until season 3, right? And every once in a while I'll just read volume 0 because I have it. But like, I can't confidently say I really cared about any of these guys. I kind of just cared about what Sukuna, Gojo, Yuji, Yuta were doing at the time. And everyone else was just like an afterthought. So yeah. Ishigori. I've never called him that. What is his other name? Really quickly. I'm about to type in like Ishigori Ryu. There we go. That's what I've always called him. I like his design. I like his hair, right? I like his like beam. He shot a beam. I love beams. Where do I want to put him? I probably like him more than I like Naoya Panda Mekamaru, maybe, but definitively less than I like Shoko. Uro. I love Uro. I love Uro's character design. I love that triple domain expansion scene. I just wish Uro had kind of like done more before, you know, it was all over. I mean, can I be a little biased because of my love for Maki? This is a character I refuse to say that I like dislike. Let's put him below Yaga. That fucking washing machine is going off again. Alright, hold on. That washing machine is my life's biggest shame up until this point, right? It's like it's like when Ogi said that his kids were his biggest shame, which is fucking insane, by the way. An insane thing to just say. My biggest shame is that washing machine. Daida. Is this the swordsman? I remember this character, if that's who I'm thinking of. Yeah, and he's the incarnation of a nameless master swordsman, right? I do kind of remember this. About the same as I like Sumo Nika, I guess. Oh my god, yeah. And then after Yorozu and Agito, we just have to do these guys, and then I'm all ready to Modulo, right? Which I haven't been reading. Yorozu's not an amazing character, but Yorozu is a pretty cool character to like watch do shit, right? I don't think I like Hazunoka as much as I like any of these people. I think I changed my mind on that. Hazunoki, I mean. And then Agito, I don't like Agito. Fuck it. Call me a Gojo dick rider. Call me what you want. I don't like this character. I don't think it had any insane effect on either that battle or my life. No. Okay, now can we get into the big shit, right? I saved these 4 specifically because I wanted to make things interesting, right? Let's go with very first the main character, Yuji Itadori. How much do I like Yuji Itadori? So he's an S tier, right? I'll rip that band-aid off now. Yuji's an S tier. Now, where do I want Yuji Itadori? How much do I like Yuji, right? I'm gonna explain something to you. I do not care for Yuji. Up to the point of Shibuya. I actually many times thought to myself while watching the first, 20-ish episodes of JJK, man, this main character fucking sucks. And when the anime first debuted in, was it 2021? Because the anime debuted before I read the manga, right? Like, I didn't watch the anime, I read the manga first, but the anime did debut. I think I watched the first, 3 episodes and then dropped it, right? And then read the manga and went back and watched the anime. So, when I first saw this back in 2021, my first thoughts were, I don't like Yuji. My first thoughts were Yuji Itadori is not a character that I like. And I read the manga, and obviously, the shit gets better, and it gets to Shibuya, and I start to like Yuji. I don't think his techniques are interesting, right? I didn't particularly find him funny. I didn't particularly like his design. And then he starts going through trauma, right? Everybody becomes better once the shit gets real, right? Guts, Durush v Britannia, right? Luffy, right? Luffy pre-time skip is cool. He's a dog, right? But Luffy, now? Luffy now that he's a Yonko? Luffy with the scar on his chest, with the real niggas in his circle, conquers Haki, Ryuo, all that shit. Like I like when people, when they grow and they become badass. You don't have to stop being funny. You don't have to stop smiling. But you gotta, shoot up. I think the only example of a main character that I like in their first appearance up to their last appearance exactly the same is Gintoki from Gintama. From the minute I met Gintoki to the minute I finished Gintama, I thought he was the best character, right? Like every anime I watch, the main character usually has to grow on me, and that's good. That's the point of the main character, right? Except Gintoki. Yuji is kind of the same, to where it took him a while to grow on me, but when he grew on me, he really grew on me. I really like the guy. I think, in full confidence, I can put him here. I don't think I would move him. I do think I prefer Takaba to him. I do think I prefer Higuruma to him. I know I prefer Todo, Nobara, and Toji over him. You could argue, maybe, I like him more than I like Higuruma and Takaba, but I don't think so. I think you'd be wrong if you were arguing that, right? I think that's untrue. And I'd be lying to myself, which I'm not gonna do, right? Next, we have Gojo Yuta Sukuna, Gojo Yuta Sukuna, Gojo Yuta Sukuna, Gojo Yuta Sukuna. Let's go with Gojo, right? So remember how I told you for a long time that Toto is my favorite character, right? Like Gojo is my favorite character, Toto is my favorite character, right? Toju is my favorite character at some point. Gojo's time as my favorite character was very good. It was very good. It was very sweet. It might have been a bit short-lived, but it was not something to scoff at, man. I mean, do I really even have to explain myself, or do you just understand me already? I don't think I have to glaze Gojo, right? The fucking narrator glazes Gojo. Like, how much do I have to tell you about this guy? From his design, to his techniques, to every single fight scene he ever fucking has, right? To his voice actor, in both sub and dub, right? I even own this nigga's Fortnite skin. I think it's fair to say that even though he's not who I would regard as my favorite character now, Gojo will always be maybe the most special character to me. Because he's just that guy, man. He's just that guy. When I think of Jujutsu Kaisen, I think of Gojo. I think of Nah, I'd win. I alone am the honored one, right? Like Hollow Purple. He is Jujutsu Kaisen to me. He's John Kaisen, right? It's his series and everyone else is living in it. Next, we will do Sukuna. Over Takaba. I was trying to decide, is he over Higuruma or is he under Takaba, right? I didn't really want to split those two up, but I think I will. I really like Sukuna, but Sukuna unfortunately gets nerfed by the fact that he spends a solid half the story, inside of Yuji's fucking butthole, right? And he only can emerge every once in a while. He doesn't get the time to grow on me that some of the others did, right? But when he shows up, he shows out. And I'm trying not to factor in, the start of the story or 10 Shadows Sukuna because, they're their own thing according to this tier list. But I just think I like the other characters more. Sukuna's conclusion, right? Sukuna's backstory, if you can even call what we got enough backstory. Sukuna's techniques, they're cool. I just don't think I prefer them to, say, a Gojo, to a Nobara, to maybe to Toto, but even then Toto's personality wipes Sukuna's. I don't know. I can't rationale it. I can't argue it. I can't tell you, man. I can't tell you. And then finally, and you've probably guessed it by now why I'm saving this character for last, it's because he's the best. Yuta Okotsu is the best character in Jujutsu Kaisen, and it is so far from being an argument that it actually pisses me off. Yuta only gets hated on for things other characters would get praised for. He is in arguably the best romantic relationship in the show, right? Besides Hakari and Kirara, right? Yuta has the best relationship. Yuta has a happy ending, right? Yuta kills one of the most important figures, right? One of the most important antagonists, right? Yuta has a cool domain. He's got a cool curse technique. He's the original main character. He's a relative of Satoru Gojo, right? While also being, married to the strongest member of the Zeni clan. He's the fucking master of Rika, the queen of cursed spirits. What can't this character do? This is just so obviously the coolest nigga in the show. And it's people will complain he's a bum, he's boring, I don't even know. I don't get it, dude. What more does this character have to do? What more does Yuta have to do? It's oh, you like Gojo? Okay, this nigga can get in Gojo's body and use some of Gojo's techniques, right? Oh, you like Kenjaku, right? Yuta can sneak Kenjaku. You like Maki. Yuta's married to Maki, right? what more does Yuta have to do? What more does Yuta have to do to get the respect he deserves? As the coolest character in this series, man. What more does Yuta have to do? The Yuta disrespect has actually had an inverse effect on me, and it's pushed me towards Yuta. Niggas be on his dick so heavily that I'm like, you know what? I like him more. I love Yuta. I love Yuta. Yuta, Toji, and Gojo are literally all 100 overalls. I could order this anyway. Look, I could easily put Gojo at the top. I could easily put Yuta at the bottom, right? I could easily put Yuta up here. I could easily put Gojo down there, right? Toji down there. The thing that sets it apart for me is that I just personally feel like I've always rooted for Yuta. I've always rooted for Yuta. Like Gojo has a couple scenes to where I'm like, like all of Gojo's fight scenes are cool, but like him getting some fucking, him paying Mei some money, right? Or like, you scared, Dehime? Like those don't really move me, right? And Toji doesn't have enough time on screen. But Yuto Kotsu? Yuta, who's just cool from day one, it just gets better and better? No, man. No, man. This is how we're gonna do it. These are my final thoughts, with Yuta being my favorite JJK character and Ogi being my least favorite. I think that's fair. I think that's reasonable. And I'll create. Can we like save it, download it? Give me that. Okay. Bang! Look at that. Look at that. Like, can you leave me the fuck alone? Bang! Look at that. There we go. That's my entire Jujutsu Kaisen characters tier list. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe if you did, and I'll catch you in the next one.